Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Last Train to Bremen by Caro Assertion. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Last Train to Bremen is a storytelling game of doomed musicians and poor decisions. Perfect for a self-contained one-shot, Last Train uses snappy rules based on liar's dice and other push-your-luck dice games to deliver a tale of secrets, tension, backstabbing and betrayal. Build your band, saddle them with magic, flee your cursed contract, and reflect together on all the choices you made that led you down this sorry path.
So I'm playing the Cockerel. My character is Gallus Bantam. They, them pronouns. The rest of the band, they're all talk. They'll claim credit when things go well. They'll point fingers when things go south. But Cat's managerial skill, Hound's way with the words, Mule's head for numbers, none of it would have amounted to anything if you hadn't drawn the sigils, if you hadn't lit the candles, if you hadn't goaded Cat into reading from that dusty book. When the devil appeared in that circle of shining flame, all the others flinched, but you held fast. Your flair with the fiddle caught his attention, and your brazen sales pitch won him over. You're the one who shook the devil's hand, you're the one who signed his contract for the group, you're the one who met him eye to eye. The rest of the band, they're all talk. It takes conviction to live in notoriety.
I am playing the inimitable Sadie Grimm, pronoun she, her. I am the cat. You've never been one to get pinned down. The glamour, the stardom, your name up in lights, they were only ever reminders of the clock above your head, slowly counting down. Making a deal with the devil? The literal fucking devil? From literal fucking hell? When has that ever turned out well for anybody, ever? Nothing gold can stay. You simply saw the writing on the wall. So when you went back to the book, when you puzzled through its pages, when you found the loophole that would let the band escape his notice, you thought, why not take it? And it worked for a time. Things were good for a time. And if it hadn't all gone sideways, the devil would have been none the wiser.
So I am playing one Ashling Ash Setter, uses she, her pronouns, and she is the Hound, the guitarist and lyricist. It was going well. It was all going so well. Another sold-out show at the Black Barn. Another night of the crowd roaring your names, cheering themselves hoarse, singing along to your songs. Another celebration after hours, once your brother cleared everybody out. Just him and the band and a few close friends. When someone asked, how the hell did you get so big so quickly? And before anyone could react, the answer leapt from your mouth. It's funny you mentioned hell. One careless slip of the tongue. That's all it took for the rumours to start spreading. When the crowds began to thin, when the suits stopped coming around, you knew it would only be a matter of time before the devil himself caught wind. You put the target on the band's back, and everything changed forever.
And I'll be playing the Mule, the drums and treasurer. Can't take these fuckers anywhere. Leave it to them to dig a hole they can't climb out of. Leave it to them to drag you down with them. Leave it to them to bring trouble to your door in the dead of night, watch the Black Barn go up in fucking flames, and beg you to bribe some asshole at the train yard to look the other way, so they can leave you hauling their instruments into the back of this overstuffed, rickety-ass boxcar while they all piss and moan. They're assholes, goddammit. But what are you going to do, leave them out to dry? This train is your last shot at breaking free from the devil's grip once and for all. This better be worth it. They better be worth it. And I'll be playing Mora, I'd rather eat glass than tell you my last name, uses he, him pronouns.
And we cut to the present in the boxcar. And the light that flashes in, you can see the tears that are sort of streaking down her face in the moment. And in the quiet of the boxcar, other than the chugga 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 chugga, the guitar strings in Ash's case start to snap one by one. So there's that count of 6. And then the whole carriage goes dark for a moment as we pass through a tunnel or through a bit of particularly dense tree cover either side of the rail line. And when light floods back into the boxcar, Ash is still there, but she's slumped forward, collapsed in on herself. And you can see these fine strings that glimmer in the moonlight that raise up towards the boxcar roof and into the shadows as the devil has taken Aisling Setter. We now return to your game already in progress.
I mean, whatever. I don't care. I care.
The good thing is, a player, once they leave, can still be present. They're not truly there. Losing all your dice doesn't mean you're gone forever. You may still linger in other players' memories. You can heckle and jeer, slinging petty bombs and barbs and taunts at all those who still have skin in the game. But you're out of the running and you have no say in what comes next. So I can still do memories. Yeah.
I think Sadie's going to reach into one of the pockets of her duster and pull out an old $50, put it in Aisling's hand, close her fingers around it. Hold tight.
Sure, we'll see you soon.
How does Moira react before leading the next round of dice?
Good job, you killed someone. How do you feel?
I think Moira, pulls out another cigarette, lights it, says, I guess you finally left. And then he narrows his eyes and is like, next round.
Roll the bones.
So I have a 5, a 4, and a 4.
Well, hot damn. I have a 6, a 5, and a 2.
I have a 1 and a 3. 3 threes.
4 4s.
It's early, but I'm going to call.
All right.
Ooh.
Was it 4 4s?
Mm-hmm.
4 4s. I made it.
And the devil's die was a 1. So two 1s become wild, become 4 4s.
Oh. So Sadie
All right.
gets to share the first memory.
I finally lost a die. First time you lose a die, a sound investment, a windfall. It's right after we make the deal when money starts coming in fast. In the early days, we couldn't really even figure what to do with it all. So I went to Kieran. Black Barn was the first place we played. I wanted to make sure that we protected it going forward. I gave him the scratch to open a larger insurance policy, with a real insurance lawyer who could get you a real good deal. It might have meant a lot to him, but he's not going to be hurting for cash for a long time.
Money can't buy happiness, as we've all seen, but I don't think Moore is there to say anything about it one way or the other.
Yeah, but you can still heckle, from the present.
Yeah.
It can buy comfort, and for a lot of folks, that's enough.
How does this memory tie in with Gallus, or how was Gallus present? Or did they influence it?
Oh, right. It's got to be.
It's got to involve.
Yeah, I think I saw Gallus blow like $6,000 the day after.
Did you confront Gallus about this?
No, I just watched and judged. Because, waterfalls go forever, but spigots don't. This wasn't a river. This was a hose. It was a line that could get shut off. So we needed to be ready for that, even if you weren't. And since I've lost a die, I no longer have to keep one out in the open, right?
I think the wording on the ability is, oh no, until they next lose a die. Yes, you're quite right. Now you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gallus, you're up first.
I've got a 2, a 3, and a 5.
I've got a 4 and a 2.
I've got a 6 and a 3.
3 5s.
I'm going to say 4 4s.
4 6s.
You think he's telling the truth, Gallus?
That's what I'm trying to calculate. I don't think so. I'm going to call you on it.
Okay.
There's not enough dice anymore for that, I don't think. Oh.
Yeah, there is now just 7 dice in the pot.
The devil's die is a 2.
So with 4 2s that are still wild, that is 4 6s.
All right, you get a die from me. So the first time I lose a die, I've got on the spot or overnight sensation. I think this is our first concert after the rumor broke. And I think Moira, you're counting the spoils from it.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing we're kind of fucked. And Gallus comes up to you after, looking annoyed. Like, what the fuck was up with that crowd? They're really just gonna turn on us just like that?
A person is rational. People are fickle.
Well, that's bullshit. I mean, it's true, but they don't fucking know that. We gotta come up with some plan to win them back.
If the string's been cut, the string's been cut. Whatever
Yeah,
spell.
well, you know what else you can do with string is tie it back together.
All right, Boy Scout.
In the present, the puppeted version of Ash has a very awkward little wave.
Jesus. Gallus looks over like, oh, and scoots a little bit farther away.
I think Moira just kind of like narrows his eyes, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna be like, so you got any ideas? Any better ideas?
Yeah.
We'll spit them out.
Maybe it's time for a rebrand. Maybe we play into it.
The Amazing Devil.
He's got fans.
Well, whatever you choose to do, I'll still count the money.
That's good. Don't forget your place and don't forget who's making the money for this band.
Moira, like, stands up and is just like, we all signed our names. This is a group fucking effort. Don't you dare intimate that I'm not pulling my weight.
You're pulling exactly what you need to, and you keep doing a good job with that, sweetie.
I storm off.
Going to be. I can't believe Gallus is the new Tumblr sexy man.
Gallus chuckles and plops down on the couch and starts writing down some ideas for songs to later show to Ash.
You know what they say about strings, right? They don't just cut. If you pull too hard, they break.
I think Gallus is gonna throw something off the table towards Sadie and say, just shut up and let me think.
We really did reinvent Fleetwood Mac, didn't we?
Amazing.
All right. Good.
Hey, Caro, if you're listening to this, Caro, this is a great game.
Yes.
All right, let's give it a roll.
Roll them bones.
I have a 1 and a 5.
I have a 6 and a 1.
I have 2 4s.
Looking at a 3 on the devil's die, my loves. Opening wager.
3 4s.
Jesus. 3 4s.
No, that's what August said. You got to say something else.
I know. I'm repeating what August said. Fuck. I want to call you on it straight away. Can I call straight away or do I have to say something?
Absolutely. No, you can call at any time.
At any point.
All right. See one of those die there. Oh. You win.
Boop.
All right, so second time I lose a die.
You get to do your memory and then you get to tell your secret.
Yeah.
And reveal your ability.
So, a mixed review, misplaced scorn. This is... I want to do a mixed review. And...
I've got an idea if you need suggestions.
Yeah, I think I do.
I think maybe this is our 3rd album, maybe our 4th album, and we've got a copy of Rolling Stone I don't know if Rolling Stone still does like music reviews
Oh,
and
sure.
stuff.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
And maybe you're sitting in a corner with the Rolling Stone in your hand, like turned to the page where we've gotten like kind of slammed for being derivative and poppy this album. Like, you know, we've lost our soul. LOL. And Moira comes in and is just like, don't let it get to you.
Are you seeing the things they're saying about us in here?
I read it this morning. So, and I think Ash is like on the couch in the room. If you're down with it, like just like head inside his lap, just like being very self-pitying because like any lyrical stuff comes back on her.
Mm.
So
These people wouldn't know good music if it was staring them right in the face. They got no understanding of the nuances. And so at this point, I think Gallus is just ignoring any of the positives in this mix review and focusing solely on the negatives.
We've got 3 singles on the Billboard Top 40 charts. I think it doesn't matter what these fuckos say.
Yeah, I thought you cared about money.
Yeah, and you know what wins you money? Is good reviews.
Or controversy. What's that they say about press?
What do you have in mind?
Oh, I'm just saying that all press is good press.
yeah, but you do have an idea, right? You're the smart one. And I look up at you with a smile.
Well, you're looking at this. They think that we're washed up. They think we've lost our soul. Ha ha ha. They think we've forgotten where we come from. So why don't we go back there? Next album,
Live.
we recorded at the Black Barn.
Live album. Great idea.
I love it.
Live LP. Get the crowd in there. Make sure they know that they're screaming for us.
And I think at this, like, new idea, Gallus's face, like, lights up and looks more energetic than you've seen in a while, more hopeful. And they start tuning their fiddle. And I think this is where I would like to reveal my secret.
You picked that one?
So the devil isn't chasing us. He's chasing me because I stole his magic fiddle. Ash didn't have to die. And so I'll go over the specifics. So once per game, when I win a call, either as a challenger or defender, I may steal the other player's die and add it to my hand instead of my spoils.
Ooh.
If I lose a stolen die, I have a thing. And then if I lose my final die, I have a thing.
That's very cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I drug you all into this shit with me and never revealed that until now.
Wow. How about that?
The clicking of the train wheels against the rail sounds like tutting for a moment. Like,
Look, kid, I do feel bad about you dying. You didn't have to do that.
She's not dead. Not yet.
you think it's really me you're talking to, Gallus?
Probably be better if he was dead.
You really fucked this up.
Oh, like any of us
Naughty
are.
little fiddler snuck his way away and took something that wasn't theirs. Naughty little birdie.
Shut up. Like any of us are in this for the team. Maybe we were at one point. Maybe that's why I took it in the first place.
Well, in that case, Let's roll. Because this game doesn't end until there's one person standing.
And Gallus is gonna end that scene by looking over to Ash's slump body and just saying, "See you in hell."
Fucking
Damn.
wow.
Damn.
Take your die into your hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't have a number anymore.
Nope.
No.
Still Moira leading the charge. So wait, how many dice are we down to? Gallus has 1, Sadie has 2.
2.
I have 2.
Moira
Mara has
has
2.
So there's
Alright.
5 dice, 6 counting the...
6 counting the devils.
All right.
I have a 5.
I have a 3 and a 6.
I have a 1 and a 3. 2 2s.
Wow.
Oh, so it's a 2 now.
Yep.
That's a 2 now. Devil's Die was a 2.
So it's not wild, it just counts towards any 2s if you decide to loop back to 2s.
And I have to go up. I have to say 3 of something, right?
Or you can have more 2s.
Well, that would still be 3 of something, right? I have to say 3 no matter what. I can't say 2 of anything.
You could say 2 4s.
You could say 2 of a 2
2
of a higher
4, 2
die.
5s, or 2 6s.
Oh, right. You can go up in number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do 2 5s.
2 6s.
I'm calling you.
All right. Let's see how it goes.
Welp. Oh.
No? Yeah. Wow, you're cleaning house, Mara.
Someone's got to clean up after everybody.
Jesus.
It's funny you say that. The second time I lose a die is a second guess. Advice unheeded. So, this was, we found the loophole, me and Gallus. I think Moira might have been there too, but it was mostly me and Gallus looking over the black book, or the red book, whatever the color the book was.
The dusty book.
That dusty tome. And, you know, should have been easy. We get on the train, we ride along, we keep 1-2 steps ahead of the old bastard. Moira, what did you think about that plan?
I think it's bullshit. I think it'll take a better lawyer than any of us to exploit a loophole like that.
Yeah, I should just dump the book. Just give in. Accept what's coming.
I think Gallus is very much against dumping the book. It's like, absolutely fucking not.
Well, so that's what you thought. Moira thought it was bullshit. Maybe Moira was right. Because I took that book and I went to an old chapel near the Black Barn. And I didn't burn it, but I dunked it in the holy water. And the ink just melted off the page. And then I cut a hole in that book. Just big enough to keep a revolver in. Because I got a backup plan. I'm not running. I'm waiting.
You're gonna try to shoot the fucking devil?
You kill him, you can get the keys to the kingdom. Let everyone walk free.
And you think a simple revolver's gonna do it? What kind of trick you got up your sleeve?
It's not a simple revolver.
Moira arches an eyebrow but doesn't say anything.
I think there is. It's not a true memory, but Sadie, I think in your head you just hear the echo of Ash saying, "You were always the smart one."
Well, let's find out. All right, boss.
We have so few dice left.
Yep.
I know.
There are 5 on the board.
And we have, to be clear, we have both Gallus and Sadie's special abilities in play.
Right. Yes, my special ability, for the record, is Once per game during a challenge, I may take any 2 dice in play and add them together, summing their values. This turns 2 dice into 1, e.g. 2 2s are added to become 1 4 and treated as such during the final count. The resulting sum cannot exceed 6, and the dice are split up again after the final count.
This is about to confuse me even more.
Yeah.
Only Zach needs to think about it.
Perfect. You do that then.
All right.
So we are down to 5 dice.
Mm-hmm. 1 from each for Gallus and Sadie.
2 for Moira and the devil.
Devil's die is a 3.
I have a 2.
I have a 3.
I have a 3 and a 1. 3 1s.
3 2s.
3 3s.
I challenge you.
All right.
Oh.
I ain't even need to do nothing.
There was actually so many possible options here.
Yeah. It sounds like there's 3 3s on the board.
Well played, Miss Sadie. Moira, you get to share another memory with us and reveal your secret and special ability.
This is a good game.
This is a really good game.
Yeah.
So, my memory is a botched job, unnecessary risk. I think this is before Sadie took the book, and we had that conversation. I think Moira snuck the book for his own perusal.
Well, before I did
Yes.
that whole consecration thing with it? Yeah.
Yes. This is before that conversation we had.
Oh, I see. Before. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like
I got a
you
pitch
were.
for you.
Pardon?
I've got a pitch for you if you want it.
Sure.
What if, like, because of the nature of being banned, you've just like gotten into Sadie's place and are literally just like you've not left the apartment with it. You're just reading it like in the kitchen or whatever. Just something really mundane. Just you know where she keeps it. So
yeah. And I want to reveal my secret. As I'm perusing the book, I hear the sound of someone eating behind me, and I turn and there's the devil with... And this is the stupidest thing. It's the most stupid thing, but there's the devil with a carrot crunching on it like Bugs Bunny.
No, that's perfect.
Christ.
That is amazing. Hashtag Izzy stickers. Frankly.
And the devil says, "We can make a new deal." And my secret is the devil made me a proposition to revise the contract, but I didn't trust it not to backfire.
I'll do it.
You could have fucking saved us all.
Yo, this ability is baller.
Once per game, at any point in a round, I may choose to re-roll the devil's die. The wild value for this round is changed as a result. This resets the devil's die to wild if it was not already.
All right. So we're coming down. We each have 1 die left.
Ooh.
It's not the last round. Second to last round.
Yeah. It occurred to me while I was just thinking, looking at the little JPEG, it's kind of fitting that Ash went out first because it makes sense that she would suck at a game called Liar's Dice
Mm-hmm.
because she's never been able to bluff.
Yeah.
Anywho, 1 dice apiece on the devil's
1
die.
dice apiece. Let's give it a go.
Roll them bones.
All right.
I had a 5.
I had a 1.
I have a 6.
3 1s.
I want to re-roll the devil's die. 3 6s.
Couldn't possibly be.
Yeah.
Is that you calling, Sadie?
Yeah. Show him.
Damn.
Couldn't possibly be.
Sorry, bud. But I'll be back for you soon.
The devil's die was a 3. When I lose my final die, dead end, shoot the messenger.
And then you get to describe how the devil takes you.
I'm open to suggestions for shoot the messenger.
Do you want to be the one shooting, or do you want to be the messenger?
I feel like it would be dramatically fitting for me to be the messenger in this case because I've done a lot of shooting already.
All right. This could be super early on in their timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll picture this. This could be the inciting incident that makes us make the decision to make the deal in the first place.
Oh, I'm the treasurer, so I come up and I say we're like...
We got nothing.
We got nothing. We're in the hole.
How much in the hole?
Well, we didn't make any merch sales this time, and it took us, $100 in gas to get here, and it took us $200 to rent the trailer, and all between all of the merch costs, we're probably close to $1,000 in the hole.
Christ.
It's a lot of money to pull out of our asses.
You don't have that anywhere. So is this it then?
We're just not getting the right people.
Yeah, but it takes money to make money.
Well, we could always rob the bank train.
I was gonna suggest that. That's a great idea.
Moira has a thoughtful look on his face, and then he says, well, only about 30% of bank robberies ever get solved.
All right, we're robbing a train then.
Are we seriously going to rob a train? Aisling genuinely looks confused, like, wait, what? Looks up from the lyric book. What?
No, probably not.
Gallus looks like slumps a little, like...
We'd have to buy we have to get the guns and everything too. That's even more money in the hole.
And this, so actually says that it doesn't really matter how much money. It's always about who you know anyway. It's all about meeting the right people and shaking the right hands and cozying up to the right folks. Never known the right people, aside from you. Look to the rest of you.
Oh, you poor thing. Your trust will be your downfall.
Are you making fun of me, Gallus?
Well,
never, dear.
Okay.
And gives you like a ruffle on your head, like ruffles your hair.
I did hear this rumor, though, about this book in the woods in a hollow tree. Nobody's had the guts to pull it out yet.
Well, it sounds like they haven't met us.
That's just an urban legend.
And I want to hear more. What's this book?
You know what they say? Just like, well, if you want to make a pact with, the one who walks behind us and listens to your secrets. It's like there's always been a history of a witchcraft and stuff from these parts. Kieran told me when we first set up here. Said that was why it was good for us to be here.
So it sounds like worst case, it does nothing. Best case, it saves our career.
Sure, yeah. Let's just make a deal with the devil. If that doesn't pan out, then I guess then we rob the train.
See, I knew you'd be on board.
I think we cut back to the train, and there's just this muttering. Again, you think it's the wheels first, like the thudding of metal on metal as we move on, just like all aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. What does the devil claiming Moira look like?
I think Moira gives one last lingering look to the die and takes a long drag on a cigarette, the ember on the tip lighting up his face, and then He blows out the smoke and it obscures his face for a second, and then when it clears, it's just a skeletal head with a rictus grin, and it stubs out the cigarette and just stares at Sadie and Gallus, waiting.
Well, and Gallus will push the dice over to Sadie, like, the game continues.
Yeah, you could just throw in. Let me win. See if my thing works.
It's funny. It's like you've never met me before.
Well, I guess this was your fault all along.
The devil's die is a 2.
A 6.
I have a 6. 1 6.
2 6.
3 6s.
That's as far as we can go, so I'm confused now.
No, you just have to call. Zach is or Sadie is effectively forcing your hand.
Okay. Alright then, let's call it, and I'm gonna lose our die. Yep. Alright, let's see. When I lose my final die, cooped up or on eggshells? This is right before we boarded the train. I'm going for cooped up. So we're basically completely alienated at this point. And I think Gallus, without a crowd to adore them, is going stir crazy and just pacing and muttering to themselves. If anyone has ideas to help here.
We're cooped up.
Yeah. It's like we're waiting for the perfect opportunity to get on this loophole.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Hmm.
And I think Gallus is just muttering like they hate us, which means they hate you, which means you've failed. You have no money to your name. You have no fans to your name. No one thinks you're doing anything good anymore. Great job.
Well, Mara's bribing the conductor to get us on. And I don't know. We're getting out of this, one way or the other.
I think this is, obviously you don't know Gallus' secret yet, and so this might be like a moment of realization for Gallus of like, yeah, maybe you're getting out of this. I'm not getting out of this. Fuck, like drinking and just walking in circles.
Like a chicken with its head cut off.
Right now? You really want to go right now, Ash?
That was on Ash. That was Jade, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Love you, Ash.
I
Come give your senior a hug.
kind of like that as that being what it is. Just like a few hours previously. So what does it look like when the devil claims Gallus?
I think Gallus's fiddle starts glowing bright. And Gallus looks at the fiddle, then looks at Sadie and gives a little half smile. Like, time to get the band back together. And there's a bright, like, column of light that emanates from the violin, or the fiddle, and, like, swallows Gallus. And when it is gone, I think both Gallus and the fiddle are just gone.
Very cool. And so, we move into Act 3, the final confrontation. You know the way these stories go. They will and wheedle and wear each other down until eventually only one musician remains. One last vestige of the band's original greatness. Scarred and battered, haunted by their sins, but alive and intact. That glimmer of hope grows ever brighter as the train approaches its destination. Oh, if only it were ever actually that easy. So in the final confrontation, the devil enters the scene in spectacular fashion to confront the last player standing, the survivor. The other players are now thrust into the role of the devil's three heads. Lingering grudges, manifestations of spite, resentful spectres of those foolish bandmates who have already been claimed, warped, and twisted to aid in the devil's revenge. Remember earlier when we told you to keep track of the dice you won in previous rounds? Here's where they come in. Survivor, take all the dice you've won when you knocked them from the other player's hands. Divide your spoils between the other players as evenly as you can. If it's an uneven number, skew towards the players who you actually won them from. But make sure everybody gets at least one. Everyone else can clear out their spoils because we won't need those anymore. Let's just put them off to like the left-hand side. And we remove the devil's dice from the table. So, okay. Actually, the wording is not super clear. So let's give 2 back to Zach. So to Sadie. So Sadie has a full hand.
Oh, do I get a full hand?
It doesn't make sense that you would only play with 1 die when you're playing against 3 people.
That's what I thought. It was like pointedly super hard.
No, because otherwise, like, we got to have energy. I mean, it doesn't say you have a full hand, but it is effectively, it feels like you're starting against a new opponent.
Okay.
Because you don't have your special ability anymore, and there's no devil's die.
Okay.
You're still playing liar's dice, but the rules of the game has changed.
Okay.
As before, each player's going to roll the dice in front of them. It's 3 against 1 now. Each devil's head rolls separately, but all 3 are teaming up against the survivor. Rather than going around the table in a circle, alternate back and forth between the survivor and each devil's head. Start with the devil directly to the survivor's left, so that'll be Annya.
So if we're working together, we need to know each other's dice.
No, because just because we're all the devil doesn't mean... let Zach decide where those last 2 go. August. So, and now we get to narrate the devil showing up. So I'm just going to quickly double check these rules. The devil cannot issue a challenge against one of his other heads, only against the survivor. If a devil's head loses all their dice, that player cannot raise or call.
Okay.
Devils. Each time you give up a die, reveal to the survivor 1 grievance against them you've always withheld. Make it mean. Survivor. Each time you give up a die, slip in 1 final scathing little dig at the rest of the band. Make it petty.
All right.
So what does it look like when the devil shows up in this boxcar? Zach, I think I would love for you to narrate this because you don't get Sadie's 3rd memory to share. So you should have the privilege of describing the devil showing up. You got what, a body with a skull for a face, Moira, and you've got Ash the marionette currently in here with you.
Yeah, and then across from me is Gallus, who has vanished into lights.
Yeah,
and I say, "All right, 1 last song, encore. Hell don't have to be forever." And she's gonna pull off her duster and set it aside, and in her like waistband behind her, like tucked into the back of her belt, is the book. And she says, "All right, old Splitfoot, you bastard. Let's play." And she puts it down on the table as the boxcar doors, like shake and rattle, and the light above kind of flickers. And I think it's like the sort of like like a flicker, and one body is gone, and a flicker, and the other is gone, and then a last flicker, and the doors slide open, and the landscape outside looks strange and warped. Kind of got like a film or a filter is over it, and he's across from me.
Does he actually have 3 heads, or do you think his voice is just going to change, or the face shifts?
Like a shifting, I don't know, I kind of like a chimera devil.
Sick, like full-on Cerberus style.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3 chittering heads. It's all the devil, but also there's something of your bandmates' faces there.
Mm-hmm.
Tight.
All right.
All right. And just to reiterate, turn order, it will alternate between the survivor and each devil's head.
All right.
So go devil, survivor, second devil, survivor, third devil, survivor.
Yeah.
So you can challenge any of the devils. The devils can only challenge Sadie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so, like, I've got, like, if we're looking down on the table, there's, like, the table that we've set up, and the book is on one end of it, and then the dice are in front of it. And it's, like, the dice, it's, at some point, like, the book's going to get whipped open, and the gun's going to get grabbed out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Anya. You can keep your dice secret still.
Otherwise, it'll make it super easy for me to... All right. So, Gallus, Anya, it's you first.
There's no devil's die?
Nope.
There's no devil's die.
Oh.
This is straight liar's dice.
And reminder, we have 3 die for Sadie, and then 5 dice between the rest of us?
Mm-hmm.
So 8 dice to start.
So I had a 2 and a 2.
I have a 6, a 3, and a 4.
I have a 1 and a 5.
I have a 4.
3 2s.
3 3s.
Challenge.
All right. Yeah. Which means there was only 1 3.
Mm-hmm.
Slip in one final scathing dig at the rest of the band to make it petty. Should have known trying to save y'all wasn't going to be easy. Nothing ever was. All right, Jade?
1 and a 1.
I have a 2 and a 3.
A 6 and a 1.
I have a 1.
2 1s.
2 2s.
2 3s.
3 1s.
4 3s.
I challenge you.
Let's see if I should have done 1s. And that's 1 less from me. Well, at least I can say I was the last one standing.
I think the devil chuckles. Thought you were good with numbers.
So did I.
Go on, Moira.
All right, I had a 1 and a 3.
I had a 4.
2 3s.
A 5. 2 5s.
3 2s.
I'm gonna call you.
All right. Ain't even any 2s at all.
Oof.
All right.
So now what happens?
Survivor. If you knock out all the other players' die, you beat the devil fair and square, for real this time. Describe what it looks like when you banish him for good. If the devil knocks out all of your remaining dice, he takes of you precisely what he came for. Name the last thing you see before you are claimed. Going around the table, name what still remains in this freight car. After this, the game is over.
I think the dice come up short. And Sadie looks down at it, looks up at him. Her hat's already off. Oh no, she's got her hat on. And she like clicks her tongue and goes like reaches for the book, and we see like a long distance shot of the train car like going down the countryside, and there's like a flash of lights and a bang. It could be a gunshot, could be brimstone, and then there was just the silence of the train rattling along, and a pristine book and a hat on the table. And no one gets to Bremen.
Anya.
Okay, sorry. So this is the...
What remains in the freight
what's
car?
left?
Yeah.
4 circular scorch marks where we all sat.
Instrument cases, each containing a ruined instrument, and a journal fallen to the floor open, the wind as it whistles through the boxcar tearing at its pages, and a Polaroid of 4 young musicians slipped between its pages.
I think the last thing that's left in the boxcar we see, or rather, we don't see a hand flick open a Zippo lighter with Moira's name, including his last name engraved on it. It lights once, flicks closed, and falls to the table with the rest of the dice.
This has been the last train to Bremen. If you want to pick yourself up a copy, and do, because this is a treat, you can find it on seaexcursion.itch.io. It is only $10 if you buy it by itself, and it is currently part of the Queer Games bundle, though it may no longer be at point of this episode airing, so maybe ignore that point. But I need a drink. I am overwhelmed. Much whelm. This has been Follow the Leader. You can find us on Tumblr at FTLcast. On FTLcast.com, you can hear even more of our shenanigans or read about our exploits over, if you give us a little bit of money every month, patreon.com/FTLcast. And playing today, we've had Anya.
I've been Annya. You cannot find me, you will not find me. I will fight you if you find me.
We've had August.
Hello, I've been August. You can find me some places on the internet at Harpy Dora, other places at Strange Harpy. And, man, we really did reinvent Fleetwood Mac, didn't we?
We've had Zachary.
Hello, I have been Zachary Fredrickson, found online at Obfuscating God, and Zachary Olsen, ZacharyOlsenPresents.com. I am bugbear.bandcamp.com. All them places. And I can't believe you all killed me.
Just doing our job, boss.
It's so much harder without a devil's die.
It is so much harder.
And I've been Jade. You can find me on the internet at Jade Oxford Rose. And it would be really dope if you would check out Sagas of the Sunless Reach, the Pathfinder campaign that Zach is GMing, that I and Corey and our friends Mab and Bitmap are playing. If you like a little bit of horror, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of people trying to defeat a devil of sorts, you should check it out.
Hydra Delta Blues.
But until then, We wish you well. And don't make any deals with the devil. Not unless you're really sure about that loophole. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Let's clap.
Let's clap.